Go ahead, Raj, you go first. Steal your idea or something. I don't know. I'm not very...
What would you do?
I mean, if we're being completely candid, I would probably sleep in only that.
We have that. Cheryl, how do you have that on tape?
We got it.
All right, good. That's a cool answer, because you know the media all over the world will pick up on that the next
But
day.
obviously that would stay private. But if we can't put that on social media, then it's inappropriate.
When you do, we'll know what you did.
You can't violate the jacket. That's,
Oh, good point.
it's against Master's tradition to put your private area on that jacket.
Jesus, never thought of that. You guys, listen. Actually, let's do a final thing, because I was going to ask the importance that you have on sponsorships, because I can remember, I'm not that old really, but I can remember back in the day when there may be one sponsor, Shell, I think was the only sponsor that helped out golfers. It really didn't seem that necessary or imperative for a sponsor to do that. The sponsors are really an integral part in your career development these days.
Yeah, there's so many expenses that come along with professional golf. You know, when you think of, you know, we pay for our own expenses to come everywhere. You know, the tour doesn't pick up our bill. You know, that'd be nice if we could just send it off to them. But you know, we pay our hotels, flights, rental cars, caddies. I mean, we add that up at the end of the day. That's a lot of money, and we couldn't do it without sponsors. But I think
this is a time for a shout out too. You guys do a shout out to your sponsors if you want.
The Score and Freedom 55 Financial, the great sponsors of mine, and Golf Canada. So you know, without sponsors like that, you know, couldn't do it. But it's also a lot better for sponsors now. There's more value in it because of, you know, how much exposure there is now with golf, and you know, social media makes it so much easier to connect with, you know, fans or whatnot, and so it's just way easier to put the brand out there, you know. So you know, young guys like Ricky Fowler and, you know, Jordan Spieth and all those guys, it's so easy to market those guys, and you know, Roger and I coming up, I think it's just easier now with the way things are to, you know, get some positive return on your investment as a sponsor. So.
Roger, shout out for sponsors and how important they've been to you in your last couple of years.
I have no sponsors. I have been financing, believe it or not, my entire career on my own dime. I'm probably one of very few people that have been able to do that, fortunate enough to do that. I came out of college. You know, there's two ways to go about it. You can go the corporate route, or you can go, you can kind of sell shares of yourself. What a lot of people do on the mini tours is they sell shares of themselves, and they'll say, we're going to sell, you know, we're going to sell 100 shares at $500 a piece. I'm going to raise $50,000 this year. And so that's kind of how they did it. I wasn't able to do that. I just didn't network myself well enough to be able to do that, but I still had the dream of doing it. And so, you know, I just borrowed some money from my dad, and I said, you know what, I need to make X amount of dollars this week. My expenses this week are going to be $2,200. I need to make $2,201, right? I mean, that's the way my mentality was from the get-go, and it really put a lot of good pressure on me to make sure that my game was able to be there when I needed it the most. I didn't have just next week, and I needed to put the meal on the table that week, and so you know, I'm really blessed that I've been able to do it that way. I know a lot of guys fall short, but you know, it's created a lot of character and a lot of personal drive within to make sure that I can continue to finance my career on my own.
I saw that in your bio and I set you up. I knew that was the answer, and I think that scenario may change, my friend, before this week is out. So I just wanted you to come up with that response, a good contrast to the way that Mackenzie's career has gone. But you know what? Two very, very classy guys, and with talent galore. You guys have a phenomenal future ahead of you. We're very proud to say that you are Canadians. Brought up in Canada, you take your game south of the border, but you know who we are, we know who you guys are.
I just want to say something. I haven't been back in Canada in 11 months. I got married in August last year, and that was the last time I was in Canada. Mac and I got off the plane yesterday, and I can't tell you the feeling that you get. You could blindfold me and fly me up to the middle of nowhere up in the Northwest Territories, but as soon as you get off the plane, you know you're in Canada, and it's the greatest country in the world.
Very cool. Very nice. Very nice, you guys. I know you're trying to.
Roger stole my line.
Guys, listen, we're following you all week. We followed you today. You did a great 9 holes today. We've got an interesting week coming up. You got a couple of practice rounds. You both have 4 rounds to play Thursday to Sunday, so you know what we're doing. We expect 58s out of both of you. Roger Sloan and Mackenzie Hughes, gentlemen, it has been a delight to hear a little fireside chat with you guys. The very best of luck and congratulations. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much.